6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Volvo Tour is brought to you by Volvo.
In 1995, Eurosport has followed the Volvo European Tour from the very first event in Dubai in January through to this afternoon's final round of the season. Welcome to the Volvo Masters, live from Valderamma, Europe's finest golfers on the continent's toughest layout. I promise you, we're in for a fascinating afternoon. Conditions are glorious here on Spain's Costa del Sol. Temperatures nudging into the 80s. A refreshing breeze for spectators, making it tricky for golfers. Valderrama above the port of Soto Grande, midway between Cadiz and Malaga, and close to the Rock of Gibraltar. Well, the touring professional here is Anders Forsbrand. He won in Berlin 3 weeks ago. He set the pace early on with a 68 to lead by 1 from Jose Caceres at the end of Thursday. And Forsbrand was still there after a round of 70. 2 shots of Alexander Cheka, who had the best round of the day, a 66. Yesterday, Forsbrand faltering on the back 9, but still leading by 1 from Cheka, from Colin Montgomery, and Ian Woosnam, the only player to be par or better all 3 rounds. And there's a race at the top of the order of merit. Sam Torrance starting the day at 4 over, just £4,000 ahead of Colin Montgomery and 60,000 ahead of Bernhard Langer, the defending champion. And some good news if you're a Sam Torrance fan. I'll bring you that in a moment, because this will not be, as it was in Berlin, a barrage of birdies. This is the toughest golf course on the continent, and level par is a very good round around here. So let's have a look and see what's happening at the moment. Ian Woosnam with birdies at 8 and 9, out in 34, and he leads at this moment in time by 2. This is his putt at the 10th down the green. It's such a tricky putt, and he's played that superbly. All year long he's struggled with the putter. We've seen his trials and tribulations. He's only had 1 top 10 finish. He's won at least 1 tournament for each of the last 9 years, and it might be coming right for Ian Woosnam at the last possible opportunity. This is the last match of the day, and Anders Forsbrand dropped the shot at the 2nd and then had a double bogey 6 at the 5th hole. He's 3 over for the day. 3 shots now off the pace, playing with Per Ulrik Johansson, who's had 3 bogeys, no birdies. I'll tell you about Sam Torrance in just a moment. Been joined in the commentary box by Matthias Grunberg, the Canon European Masters champion, who's no stranger to the Eurosport commentary box. Welcome, Matthias.
Thank you, Steve.
Tough day out there.
It certainly was a very, very tough day out there.
There's Anders Forsbrand on the 9th from the middle of the fairway. The pin cut back right, and that needs to slow. There's a bunker just behind that. Needed some grip on that one. It was kind of a steep slope up to the green from the fairway. Sam Torrance birdied the last, and a round of 68 today. Sam's in the clubhouse at 1 over. And suddenly the putts are starting to drop. There's Jesper Parnevik in contention at 1 under, just 1 off the pace. Colin Montgomery. Hank saving his par there. And Montgomery dropped shots at 8 and 9, 7 straight pars. He was looking very solid. Jose Rivero is level par. He's just made a 5 at the 11th, the par 5. Here's Per Ulrich. Not much has happened for Johansson. 3 bogeys so far. Is this the toughest of the 4 days, do you think, Matthias? Or was Thursday was quite tough as well?
The first 3 days, the golf course played pretty much the same. The last day today, the wind was coming from Portugal, and it was making it really, really tough out there.
Here's Johansson second to the 9th. Got a long drive there.
A very, very long drive, yes.
It's good of Matthias to come into the commentary box and stay as long as you can, but I know around about 4 o'clock you've got to go and get a plane.
Yeah, I'm going to go back.
That's back to Sweden at the end of what's been a terrific year for you with that win in Switzerland.
Thank you very much, Steve.
We saw that on Eurosport, and it was a tremendous performance. And what about this man, Ian Woosnam, then, on the 11th, having made his par, 2 under, and this a birdie opportunity. Wind off the right, helping perhaps a little.
The wind's coming from behind, from the right to left, and I would like Woosnam wants to birdie this, or maybe even get an eagle.
A lot of players have. It's probably the easiest hole statistically on the course, but he's pushed that away to the right, and that does fall away towards those bunkers. Well, he's okay. He's short of the bunker, and he's sitting up okay.
He could still reach the green from there if he's got a good lie.
Now, Colin Montgomery, just signs of the tension. He looks so calm and in control all week long, and I think most of the money was on Monty to come through. He's only just about £4,000, just under £4,000 behind Sam Torrance. Now, of course, Sam Torrance, they're both on the same mark, 1 over. And there was a little bit of feeling in that one.
And that's a super drive there.
Through that narrow
Run
landing area.
down the fairway there.
Bernhard Langer just had his first birdie of the day here at 11, and he's 1 over now, the other contender in the race. We've had a challenge from Howard Clark, which has just ended with a double bogey 6 at 16, going from level par to 2 over. Costantino Rocca's only 1 over. Any number of players could win, including this one, Jose Rivero. What club will he be using here, do you think?
Probably a 6-iron or a 5-iron.
So the wind is
it's coming off the right,
yeah.
Right downwind.
Pin today on the 12th, 14 paces on, 4 to the left. So he's got himself an uphill putt, but it's still quite a difficult one from there.
Jose will be on the left side of the green,
Yeah.
right side of the green, and will be a little bit downhill to the putt.
Right. There's tilt from right to left as the players look at it. Now 9th hole, 3rd shot for Per Ulrich. You see just how fast these greens are, and that's a lovely touch.
It seems like today the greens have picked up pace, and they're a lot quicker today.
I don't know what they are on the stimp meter, but I mean there must be about 12 probably at least.
With the hills here at Valderamma
About 48.
on the green, with the slope, it makes it a lot quicker.
still to come for all these players. The 17th, I'll ask you about that a little bit later. It's been a horror hole for various players, and you suffer today. And with an 8, I mean, the pin place in there, you have to see that to believe how hard it is. Here's Anders Forsbrand. See, having to stand in the bunker. All the pressure's been on Anders. He's led almost from start to halfway through the finish. That double bogey at the 5th, first time he's been out of at least a share of the lead. It looks a simple shot. It just isn't coming out of that rough, is it?
I think he almost took that a little bit of top of that. Didn't get any bite at all on the chip.
Well, Anders Forsbrand starting to slip away, and sometimes it's difficult to stop that slide. He needs to make this putt, and he needs to make a birdie pretty quickly. Otherwise, it may be Jesper Parnevik, the Swede, that comes through. Or it could be this man, David Guilford. He's consistent. He's played well here before. Now it's 3 off the pace. The scoring is pretty tough. Stuart Cage at a 71. Jochen Hagemann at 71. Darren Clark 71. And the best round of the day, Tony Johnston with a 70. He's the only player today to complete a round of under par until Sam Torrance came through, and that just makes Torrance's round look even better, 68. I wonder how important that could be. Jesper Parnevik coming off 2 birdies in a row. Having gone out in 35 level par, it's going to be difficult for him to save par here now. Forsbrand to save his par on the night. You see, out then in 39. 35 the par for the front 9, 36 coming home.
The thing in Valderamma, it seems like if you get 1 or 2 bogeys, it's so easy to start making bogeys here around Valderamma. It comes up every hole.
You've just got to be mentally so strong around here. This was Lange yesterday. Took a 5 at 15 and dropped a shot at 16, and then finished with a birdie at 18. That was a great birdie. It is second at the 12th. Oh dear. Well, you don't see that very often from Bernhard. It's, in a way, it shows how much it means to him, defending the trophy, wanting to win the Order of Merit. And
really wants to play well, and it's very frustrating, the grass around the greens, because it's very inconsistent rough, and it makes it so tough because no chip will be the same.
Yeah. Well, if he's top 2, he's the first man in Europe to £5 million in prize money, less a pound or 2 the fine he might get for that show of frustration. And he's one of the mentally toughest players in the world, and to even get into him.
We were looking at the top 14 players. There's 9 Ryder Cup players up there, and it just shows that you have to be very, very mentally tough to make it.
Yeah. And of course, the European team that went and won in Oak Hill was big on experience, and they included this man at the last moment, Ian Woosnam, and the performance in Oak Hill has turned Woos' season around. There were signs in Basel-Beck, the Scandinavian Masters, that from tee to green there wasn't a lot wrong. It was just the putting. He's starting to roll the putts in today. Second shot up the hill to the 11th. You can see the pin on the highest part of the course. Oh, he would have been better off in the bunker.
He would have definitely been better in the bunker. That's not a good place to be in. Certainly with the 11th green is very, very hard as well.
Well, here's Jesper Parnevik, just, you see, just off.
You will see that most of the pros, they are trying to get an idea before they hit the shot, how to play the shot, and it's so hard because every shot you have to think of something new to play.
We've seen a lot of players almost just off the green, almost playing out of the rough as if they're playing a bunker shot as well.
Sometimes that's the best way to do it, and sometimes a normal chip shot will be the best way to play it. But
well, Jesper Parnevik's had a good season in Europe, even though he's played most of his time in America, winner of the Volvo Scandinavian Masters. And that was a fabulous performance in Barsebäck, and the first Swede to win on the Volvo Tour in his home country.
This golf course is set up a little bit like an American golf course, and it might be favorable for the players that are playing outside Europe, like Ian Woosnam and Jesper Palmvik,
Yeah,
when
with
they're
experience abroad. Yeah. Just see how he's opening. Looks like he's opening up the club. Oh, well, must have been sitting down.
Yeah.
So
The thing is that you give it a little bit extra to get on the green, because if you don't hit through it, you might stay in the rough. So
for sure. And he's struggling to save par now. Just missed the green, and you don't have to miss it by much. Now Jose Rivero leaving his putt short for birdie, and now he's got a tricky one to save par. See Parnevik in second place, but that may well change. Bernhard Langer has already played 3, and the best he can do is a bogey 4. His second shot wasn't a lot better than his first from the side of the green. Rivero, that's his first drop shot of the day. He'd had 11 straight pars. This course can grab you anywhere, anytime. Rivero slipping to 1 over par.
Daylight grows, another day comes, sun goes up, brings the dawn. People around the world, where I go, say Volvo.
If you want to know what makes an exceptional golf player, look to the pros. If you're looking for an exceptional golf shirt, look to Cross Creek Pro Collection. Sold at exclusive pro shops and fine resorts. Cross Creek, the exceptional shirt.
Ulrik Johansson on the 15th tee, 1 under par, and only 2 players are below par. Alexander Chaiker's the other, he's 2 under, and he leads the Volvo Masters at Valderamma. Long iron. He wants to slide this one down that straight, and just starting to drift now to the right. Could be very good. Just a fraction long, and unlucky we've seen 1 or 2 balls hold, and he's now got himself a pretty awkward chip. Here is the leader, Alexander Chaiker. That's 16. He missed the green up way to the right, and well, real pressure on this man now, who won the Huabuca Open with the first round 61, the equal lowest round of the year, and that is second win. And the second round 66 here at Valderrama. We reached the turn in 29. As I say, he won't have felt pressure quite like this. Excellent though those 2 wins were. The likes of Ian Woosnam, Colin Montgomery, Bernhard Langer weren't around.
Somebody's just done 50 seconds.
I could do without these distractions, obviously, for the players.
Right, okay.
Apparently, Alexander Chaiker maybe the man that's holding him up. He's playing his third. He must have had a horrid lie, because he's hardly shifted that ball forward at all. So problems for Čeka. We've seen Jesper Parnevik 2 matches ahead, take double bogey, 6 in. There's been plenty of drop shots. .422 yards long. .113 yards to the front of the green. And 26 on, so he was hitting that 139 yards. This is Jesper Parnevik's third shot to 17. Still quite a way back. See how tight that pin is. There's no real bailout to the right now. If that spins, it's in the water. In it goes, just nothing to stop it at all. And that's how you take 7s and 8s on this hole. Parnevik will be distraught. Worked so hard. There's the Volvo bonus pool for the top 15 in the order of merit, and there's Jesper 15th at the moment. He, at one stage, had a chance to really get himself into the top 10. Now he's just got to watch for those behind him, because the top 15 will get into the US Open and possibly into the US PGA as well. And David Guilford's 20th at the moment, so he could conceivably leapfrog above Jesper Parnevik, although Jesper himself may go above Paul Broadhurst, in fact almost certainly will, and Darren Clark. That's not to be decided still. There's David Guilford, who's a level par. And if he could just this is really going to test it. Just look at the crowds up there. This is, love it or hate it, it's going to become a very famous hole in golf, no doubt about that. They've changed it a couple of times, and it's sure going to be the scene in 23 months' time of great drama. But what would Guilford give for a 4 here? Got to be totally confident on your yard. Almost a bailout shot. It's starting to come back, but he's helter-skelter putt back down the green now. And again, Guilford, the percentage man. Johansson hitting that one a little high. I don't think he can keep this on the putting surface. He can't. He's going off the other side. You see, he had to hit that fairly hard. He couldn't risk leaving it in the rough. The one tiny consolation, he will be uphill for his next shot. So Forsbrand and Čeka, and Johansson and Čeka both got problems. Here's Forsbrand, that's his second shot. He's just made his first birdie. If he could pop this one in, what a boost that would be for him. So Čeka has this one for par to stay in the lead. His problems with the second shot were that his ball struck a tree and came back to his feet. Incredible that he dropped 4 shots in 6 holes on the way out, and to come back with 4 birdies so far on the back 9. This would be his first drop shot coming home if he doesn't hold this. He's 1 under. Yes, Parnevik playing 5. He was 3 into the water. A drop. He's actually playing 5. Alexander Čeka tapped in for his 5. It could have been worse. Now this might spin back again. It could be in the same problem. Or he's just managed to hold that on. Frank Noblo's finished with a 73. Mark James is 74. So you see that drop shot from Cheika, all square at the top, but Ulrich has to hold this one to keep it that way. And this one, it is uphill, and it's straightish. There'll be no bolder than that. Oh, he thought he was on the walk, he thought he got it, and just wandered offline at the end. Back to level par, level with this man, Colin Montgomery. Second shot into the 16th. Montgomery will know better than anyone that you have to stay patient around Valderamma. He can still win this tournament. He's still probably thinking of being one shot ahead of Sam Torrance. Now this is a view from the left-hand side of 17. This is Bernhard Langer laying out. Even the great Bernhard in the water on the first day. Oh dear, you see him coming out of that rough. That's going to make the third shot awfully difficult. Looks as if it may be sitting up in the rough.
Is Cheika still torn now?
What? 200?
Is he still torn?
I don't know.
You see, yeah, David, it just can't really be too adventurous on this one. It's got a little ridge to come over. You see, and then it starts to come off the ridge, pick up pace, and run away to the right. You see, the crowd are applauding that because they've been sat there all day. They know that's actually a pretty good putt from there. This was Jose Rivero, and he was trying to lay off also. And that up amongst the spectators and into the flowers, they're very pretty, but that's not what Jose will be thinking at the moment. Rivero, who was one over, looks at shorter drop shots at 17, he may have a struggle to find his ball. Two sixes in a row for Jesper Parnevik, and in all honesty, it could have been worse than just a single bogey at 17. But he's 3 over. And there's John Barrymore. You can't keep out of the action. He's found his ball. He's going to drop up on that path. See that breeze just starting to have an effect. Now, as that one slid away to the right, certainly started the right, has he been able to draw it back? No, into the sand. And a little long as well. Big putt for David Guilford. He's very good, he's very calm. And he's level par. And he's only one behind Alexander Cheika, who has 17 to come. He's back on the tee at the moment. Alexander Cheika then one ahead of David Guilford, Colin Montgomery, Ian Woosnam, and Per Ulrich Johansson, and Sam Torrance with the best round of the day, a 68. Sat in the clubhouse watching his rivals struggle. Hope you're enjoying it. It's a terrific finish to the end of the Volvo Tour. We'll be back with more golf from Valderrama after this.
If you want to know what makes an exceptional golf player, look to the pros. If you're looking for an exceptional golf shirt, look to Cross Creek Pro Collection. Sold at exclusive pro shops and fine resorts. Cross Creek, the exceptional shirt.
Eurosport.
Figure skating now has its own Grand Prix Tour. A new era begins for the sport. From the United States to Europe and then to Japan, 5 competitions to find a new set of champions. It starts with Skate America, Wednesday, 8 p.m. on Eurosport. Every Monday, a complete roundup from the world of golf. The men in form and the big movers in the order of merit. A look ahead to what's in store. Eurogolf, your weekly golf magazine. Eurogolf, Monday midnight on Eurosport.
You're looking at the man who may be on his way to winning the Volvo Masters. Alexander Cheika getting applause from his fellow countryman, Sven Struve. That was for birdie at 17, and a par will do. He's 1 under. And if he makes a par at the last, he'll be very tough to beat. Per Ulrik Johansson, remember, left his third shot in the bunker. That was for bogey, and Johansson's chances disappearing. And Guilford may also find that his problems are all on 18. He bunkered his second. He's only played to here. This is for par for David Guilford. Didn't play the best of bunker shots. Is that going in? Oh. Well, that is then a round of 72. Tied in the clubhouse with Sam Torrance at 1 over. It's a good week again for David Guilford. He's had rounds of 74, 68, 71. Now a 72. And there's the situation, top of the Volvo order of merit again. Sam Torrance, if it stays like that, Colin Montgomery is Europe's #1 for the 3rd year running. This is Cheika, just has to be careful with this one. That's a, oh, what a 5 that is. He's 23rd in the order of merit. He's not just only playing for the £125,000 first prize money, but I think he would probably get up to around about 6th in the order of merit. And from the Volvo bonus pool, that will be worth an extra £26,000. So he likes fast cars. He may be able to buy 3 or 4. There's Papanovic. Well, there was a time, there was a chance for Papanovic to win this tournament. In the end, a finish at double bogey, 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 a 74. He finishes 4 over. And that's in the water, I think. No, again, he's just held it. That was Colin Montgomery's 3rd shot, and Sam Torrance's heart would have been in his mouth there. But Monty's managed to hang on. Level par at the moment. That's why the crowds are staying. So Alexander Cheika, he made a birdie here yesterday. It was important. It was for a round of 72. He opened with a 74, then had that 66. This is one of the toughest driving holes. Well, there's no easy holes here, but trees up the left, and you've got to hit it with a little bit of draw. You see that birdie yesterday. If you hit it straight, you could just run out of fairway. He's just waiting for Jose Rivero to play his second 218. Now that's the position that Alexander Cheka would want to be in. He got a little lucky yesterday, Cheka. Just clattered into the trees on the left and dropped down and hit a superb second shot in and made the putt for that birdie. Rivero 2 over, having made a 6 at 17. He's 15 pars and just 2 bogeys in his 17 holes. Now, Ian Woosnam, not out of it yet, but he's got to get a birdie from somewhere. And this may be his best chance. Third shot to 17. You can see Wobbly trying to get that up to the hole, and it's above it now. Doesn't want to spin too much now, just slow down there. I think he's okay. And he's pin high. I think Wobbly's more nervous than Woozy. This was Colin Montgomery's shot. See, awkward stance. Easy to tug that ball left with the ball lying well above the feet and coming out of the rough, but he didn't waste much time. Hit it up the right-hand side. The natural contours kept it coming in and just held on, and he didn't want any spin on that at all. And the view from our high camera between 17 and 10. And Montgomery first to play. Remember, he's just 3,800 pounds behind Sam Torrance in the order of merit. And if he finishes ahead of Sam, the difference of prize money, even 4th place, 35,500. That would do it. 5th place is 32,000. So you say at this stage, if he stays level par and 1 ahead of Sam Torrance, he will be number 1. Now, see, this one's quite quick, and if he misses the hole, well, play the percentage. He couldn't really be too positive. He had to take your 5, and a par at 18 will be good enough. Here's Bernhard Langer's second to 18. And the weight won't be helping Alexander Cheka back on the tee. Langer finished with a birdie yesterday. Now, this is probably the most important tee shot Alexander Cheka's ever hit. Oh, we just got a flick on the trees and out onto the fairway. The marsh, I don't know what he was doing there, but that's okay. That's position A as far as Alexander Cheka's concerned. No, it's not going to be Ian Woosnam's year. Hasn't been his year. Not going to be his week. That's a bogey 6 for Ian Woosnam. And he's now 3 over for the day.
Quiet now, please.
So Colin Montgomery, at least when he comes to second shot, will know what he has to do. We'll be watching Alexander Cheka ahead on the green. Now Bernhard Langer is for a round of 72. No pace. That's it. Bernhard Langer said, "I'll wait." Gonna mark. defending champion, will be relinquishing the trophy. Best he can finish is 2 over. Oriki Hansen needs a birdie. Just laying up. We dropped 3 shots in 2 holes. And there's David Guilford, joint leader in the clubhouse with Sam Torrance.
The new range of Arnold Palmer golf clubs. Arnold Palmer golf equipment, quality assured by the king himself.
Tamini, large and special transformers. Over 75 years in energy applications. Tamini, Italian transformers all over the world.
The Volvo 960. Peace of mind included. Think it over.
Anders Forsbrand, the long-time leader, second shot at 17, and I have a feeling he's taking the hold on. He's going for broke, is he? Oh no, he wasn't. He was trying to lay up, and he's in the water anyway. Water all the way up on the left-hand side. It hasn't been Forsbrand's day. Colin Montgomery just waiting for Alexander Chaker to play a second shot. He in turn waiting for Bernhard Langer to putt out, which he does for a 73. The 73 also for Jose Rivera. They both finished at 2 over par. Rivera just checking his car. This is the way he finished. And at the back of the green in 2. And this for a 72. And so close. So that was a 73 then for Jose Rivera. A single birdie for Jose Rivera, and still the wait on the tee for Colin Montgomery and Ian Woosnam. It's waiting for Alexander Chaker, who's in good shape on 18. Pin cut over on the right side, 22 paces back. He's got a 6-iron. All the photographers behind. That's good. That's a fabulous shot. Well, the pressure must be intense. And he's just coping well. He's an extrovert character. He will be enjoying the situation as much as that's possible. It's where he wants to be, in contention. And Colin Montgomery will have heard the applause, and he'll know that for the first time this week he needs a birdie. It may not be good enough. There's a chance that Jacob may make a birdie for the second day running. Normally Colin Montgomery likes to shape the ball from left to right, and he may have to, he can hit a draw when he has to, but probably he'll be trying to hit it up and over the trees on the left-hand edge. And he's hit just about perfectly. Not dissimilar to where he was last year when he was playing with Sevillano Ballesteros and had that big delay. And in the end, hooked it against the closed circuit television hut. This is the applause for Czech. He's left himself a putt up the hill. You know, and he might just make it. I think the crowd like that, certainly no applause, and into the trees it goes, and he's got a little bit lucky. He's actually finished very well. So both players are okay. Sven's through the 10 over today, playing with Alexander Chayka. What's his chances gone? I'm sure he's been encouraging Chayka. And I wonder if Alexander's father is here, or whether he's watching on Eurosport. Caddied for him when he won the Hoherbrücke Open in Austria, just across the border from Czechoslovakia, where he and his son Alex, then aged 9, escaped to flee through Yugoslavia, Italy and Switzerland, and then to Germany. And 2 years later, at the age of 11, Alexander started to play golf. Forsbrand playing 4 at 70. Now if that starts to spin, that'll be pretty good. I'm just a little bit anxious, but I think that will stop just on the edge. He may escape with a par. Led after that first round 68 and went into today leader by 1, but hasn't been able to hold on. Such a difficult pin to get close to. So Johansson knows that he can't win the Volvo Masters. This man can. If he makes this, that's it. Colin Montgomery would have to hold his second shot to even force a playoff. He's got it. He's got it. What a putt for Chayka. What a celebration. He's just won the Volvo Masters. A round of 70. And Colin Montgomery would have looked at that. Oh, what a finish. What a back 9. Back in 32. And I think it will be a warm handshake pretty soon from Bernhard Langer. A German has won the Volvo Masters for the second year running, and just look at that back 9, despite the little hiccup when he hit the tree at 16. A fabulous back 9. And I said Colin Montgomery has to hold this. And it really is unlikely, but you just never know in this game. The one he's looking at, it's at the hole. It's a great shot, but what that's going to do, that's going to give him #1 spot in the Volvo Order of Merit for the third year running, provided he doesn't 3-putt, 2 putts to be number one. Even though he will have to give best to this man, Alexander Cheika. Worth a look at this birdie putt again. It was confidently struck. The straightest putt as well. He just played the hole so well. He played 17 and 18 just about perfectly. What a moment. The putt that won the Volvo Masters for this man, Alexander Cheika. Well, important now that he just checks his car, calms down and checks thoroughly, but 5 birdies on the back nine back in 32. Remember, he covered on Friday in that 66. He covered the front nine in 29, so he's had good times on pretty well all the holes on this toughest golf course in Europe. And Ian Woosnam, one stage, the turn, led by 2. But his problems really at the 14 for 3 putt, having missed the green in 2 for a 6. There's Trevor, the recorder, just checking the Sven Struve, by the way. A round of 81 wasn't his day, but he can always say, when I play with Alex when he won. But here surely is Europe's number 1 for the 3rd year running. Only 2 men have done that before, the great Severiano Ballesteros and Peter Oosterhuis, who won it 4 years in a row. And the closing stages of our coverage of the Volvo Tour. In all, we've brought you 27 events on Eurosport, and really time to just pay tribute to the men and women from PGA European Tour Productions that have produced these pictures. They're all dedicated to the various jobs they have to do, and they're as professional at their job as those men are at theirs. Thank you, chaps and ladies, for some great coverage this year. So only a 3 putt can rob Colin Montgomery, and I wouldn't bet on that. I'm sure he's going to make a solid 2 putts. Back on 17 for Ulrik Johansson for a par. Anders Forsbrand has made a remarkable find, really, considering he was in the water. Well, again, like the putt of Alexander Cheika, this is uphill. You see if the 2 putts and he's going to be second. Sam Torrance couldn't have done much more. Probably tied 3rd.
White note, please.
You see, there's a chance at Johansson, and Forsbrand could also get to 1 over par. These 2 putts will do for Colin Montgomery, and he's going to do it the hard way. Mind you, if there is an easy putt, Valderamma on 18, Colin Montgomery's probably got it now, fairly straight up the hill, 4 or 5 feet. There's just out of picture Ken Schofield, the chief executive of the European Tour, congratulating Alexander Cheika. Terrific win. There wouldn't have been too many who would have backed Alexander Cheika at the start of play. Congratulations also from John Terramore. I think passing on congratulations from Andy McPhee as well. Been a terrific week, lots of meetings. Chat with Sandy Jones, the chief executive of the PGA down here at Valderrama. Planning goes on for the Ryder Cup. Volvo Masters will be here next year. We'll have to find a new venue for the 1 year in '97 because they won't stage both the Masters and the Ryder Cup here. Ian Woosnam then for a 73. It's of course not the end of this year's golf on Eurosport. Still to come, all 4 days of the Heineken World Cup from Mission Hills, China. Weekend coverage of the Australian Open at the end of November, and then in December the Johnny Walker World Championship. And well, it gets better and better for Alexander Chaker because he's made it through to trial in Jamaica. And there is Europe's #1, Colin Montgomery. It's been a hard week. He said he just came to win the tournament. I tell you, he knew what he had to do to be #1 for the 3rd year running. He was strong throughout the round of 72. And good enough for 2nd place for Colin Montgomery. Check for 83,400 and top of the Volvo bonus pool, £125,000. Well, he's had a terrific year again. Just needs that major. Surely 96 will be Monty's year. But many congratulations, Colin Montgomery. He's played world-class golf all year. No wins for Ian Woosnam in 1995, but he can take much that is positive from Valderamma, around a 74. He finishes at 2 over. He had his chances. And at Mel Pyatt, George O'Grady, Mrs. Colin Montgomery. Congratulations from the physio of the Volvo Tour as well. Sam Torrance tied 3rd. As I say, couldn't do any more, but Colin Montgomery out on top. So Alexander Chaker, the 1995 Volvo Masters champion, to check for £125,000, gets himself into the US Open, probably the US PGA, through also into next year's Open Championship. He gets himself to Jamaica in the Johnny Walker World Championship in December, which I say you can see on Eurosport. Alexander Chaker then 3rd win of the year. He was 102nd in last year's Order of Merit. What a year it's been for Chaker. Colin Montgomery, #1 for the 3rd year running, but Sam Torrance, he was that close. Torrance 2nd in the Order of Merit, and he too has had a fantastic season with 3 wins. Steady performance from David Guilford. Bernhard Langer, on one stage, looked as if he might defend his title. Ian Woosnam looked as if he might win, but faltered over the back 9. Per-Ulrik Johansson and Anders Forsbrand, either one of those needing a birdie to move up into a share of 3rd place. Great finish from Paul Earls, finishing birdie and a share of 10th place. Nice way to finish the season with 2 top 10 finishes. Howard Clark had a chance. Andrew Coulthard, who had the hole-in-one at the 12th, the 2nd week running, the Scots had a hole-in-one and won nothing for it. Sandy Lau at the time looked as if he had chances. Sven Struber slipping down the order with a disastrous final round, but he kept Alexander Chaker going. So John Paramore just explaining what's to happen to Alexander Chaker. You have to make a speech and you have to take this check. Wonderful week, but no wonder you don't approve of cigarette smoking, but you can understand why he's lighting up a cigarette now. He's got a regular caddy with him now. His father, I'm sure, absolutely delighted for him.
The Volvo Tour was brought to you by Volvo.